Millions of Americans, including Social Security recipients, were shocked by President Donald J. Trump's recent order. But there is a twist in the story.
So, today, we saw what happens when Americans fight back against disastrous policies. Americans made their voices heard. Donald Trump rescinded the OMB order.
I'm going to show you this entire video clip where Chuck Schumer responded to Donald J. Trump's funding freeze, but at the same time, Social Security recipients may wait more than a year for higher payments, and it doesn't stop here. Lawmakers report states shut out of Medicaid payments portals following Trump funding freeze, and at the same time, federal judge temporarily blocks Trump's funding freeze. I'm gonna break down each and everything, but all I need is just a little favor. It's gonna take only 2 seconds of yours to please hit that like button on this video. So without any further ado, let's start. So let's start with the update about Social Security that will affect millions of these recipients, as over 3 million Social Security Fairness Act beneficiaries may wait more than a year for higher payment, and that's what the Social Security Administration said. So when it comes to the details, more than 3.2 million people will see increased Social Security benefits under new law. However, individuals who are affected may have to wait more than a year before they see the extra money that's due to them from the Social Security Fairness Act. The Social Security Administration said in an update on its website this Friday. This is shocking because ex-President Biden signed this Social Security Fairness Act in such a hurry that he had no plan how to fund this Social Security fairness for 3 million public sector workers. Well, we're gonna give you the details on that, and also I'm going to tell you about an expected increase in benefits as well as the controversy of funding freeze that could affect millions and millions of Social Security, SSI, SSDI, Medicare, and food stamp beneficiaries. But first, let's watch this entire video clip from Chuck Schumer where he responded to President Donald J. Trump's recent order that created a widespread confusion.
That you're coming in on short order. So, today, we saw what happens when Americans fight back against disastrous policies. Americans made their voices heard. Donald Trump rescinded the OMB order. Now he should rescind the nomination of Russell Vought. When the Trump administration announced this awful directive on Monday night, we knew immediately it was short-sighted, disastrous, cruel, and dumb. It was clear then, as it is now, that the directive was given without any comprehension of what it actually called for, let alone the ramifications on literally hundreds of millions of Americans. And the American people are outraged from one end of the country to the other, and it is clear that President Trump and his minions are feeling the heat. Did President Trump know he was kneecapping cops and firefighters from purchasing literally life-saving equipment like bulletproof vests and breathing gear? Did President Trump know that he was destroying Puerto Rico's assistance program, leaving 1 million Americans hungry? Did President Trump know that he was essentially shuttering community health centers, rural hospitals, food pantries? If he didn't, Democrats made sure he learned it real quick.
So let me know in the comments below what you think about what Chuck Schumer had to say about President Donald J. Trump's recent order of funding freeze. So when it comes to the details, remember that federal judge temporarily blocks Trump's funding freeze. The temporary pause was set to take effect at 5 p.m. Eastern Time on Tuesday. Well, a federal judge temporarily blocked the freeze. But the good news is that Social Security, Medicare, and food stamps will not be affected. Millions and millions of Social Security, SSI, SSDI, food stamp beneficiaries were worried that what's going to happen when it comes to their benefits. Now they have a clear picture in front of them. Now we know that Social Security benefits will not be affected even though this funding freeze resumes. But we need to understand that before even the federal judge temporarily blocked this freeze, Donald J. Trump rescinded the memo himself. And that's where this confusion started. Well, the OMB sent a memo, and that memo calls for a funding freeze for all social programs, and people were unaware that is it going to affect the individual benefits as well, such as Social Security, Medicare, food stamps, SSI, SSDI, Veteran Affairs, Railroad Retirement Benefits. And now we know the answer that no, it's not going to affect the individual benefits. And even Caroline Leavitt said in her first White House briefing that no individual benefits are exempt from this funding freeze. And remember that this freeze can come back anytime. Moving on with the problem that millions of Social Security recipients are facing who worked in the public sector. They were happy that now they are going to get increased payments, but look what happened. Though SSA is helping some affected beneficiaries, now under Social Security Administration's current budget, SSA expects that it could take more than 1 year to adjust benefit and pay all retroactive benefits, the agency states. The problem right here started when this bill was passed from the Senate and there was no debate on it. Then it was passed from the House, and then President Joe Biden signed on it. Now, I still remember that Tom Tillis said that you are going to spend around $200 billion on this bill, and at the same time John Larson said the same thing, and they both said that where this money will come from, how you're going to pay for this. And now we can see that yes, they don't have the money for it, and there was no plan. Yes, that legislation was passed from the House, passed from the Senate, ex-president Joe Biden signed on it, and they had no plan at all, and they were sitting in the Senate, in the House, and we call them the people who are going to run the government. Well, that's what a number of analysts and experts are saying. And right here I would like to ask you that what do you think about this whole situation, because this confusion is hurting millions and millions of Social Security recipients, and I'm talking about close to 3 million public sector workers such as firefighters, teachers, police officers, janitors, who are waiting for this increase, and now they get to know that it's gonna take a year. So let me know in the comments below, what do you think about this whole situation, and do you really believe that this increase will come to you soon, or you think that you'll have to wait more than a year to receive this increase as according to SSA's statement? And yes, this is a painful situation, but one thing is for sure, not just 3 million but all Social Security recipients should be eligible for some sort of increase in this worst inflation. I'll see you in the next video very soon. Till then, please take care and have a nice day.